Okay, so here we have the graph of a function h, and we want to write the domain and the range using interval notation. Okay, so let's do the domain first. So the domain is all possible x values. Oops, there's a v at the beginning of that. Sorry. All possible x values. Okay, so if we think about what's going on, so we're only looking on the x-axis. So there's no x values over here, there's no x values over here, but there are x values. Kind of ignore the up and down and just look side to side. So if we look at the x-axis, right, you can plug in an x of -3, you can plug in all of these x's are fine, all of these x's are fine, these x's, right? So we just have to kind of figure out the endpoint. So we know that like the domain is going to kind of start at 3 and end at 5, and kind of everything in between 3 and 5 is in the domain. So at the end, this closed dot means that 3 is in the domain. And the interval notation for in the domain is using a square bracket. Okay, so this square bracket corresponds to a solid dot. All right, what does it mean to have this empty dot at the end, right? What this open dot? This open dot means that 5 is not included, but we go up to 5, we get as close as we can to 5 without actually hitting 5. So that means like 4.99999999999 is in the domain, but 5 isn't, right? That's what an open dot is. I mean, it's our way of showing that we can get as close as we want to that value without actually hitting it. And the way that we write that in interval notation is with a parenthesis, okay? So both this open dot and this parenthesis mean you can get as close as you want to 5, but you can't actually hit it. So 4.999999999 is included, 5 is not. Okay, the range is all y values. So for the range, we're looking here. We're looking kind of which y values are included. So the y values, kind of ignoring whether the endpoints are included or not, it seems to start at -3 and go up to 2, but nothing below -3, nothing above 2. So -3 and 2. Now this dot is at the low end of our range, right? The dot's at the open circle, right, is at the low end of the range, so we don't want to include that. And the 2 is at the high end, right? And the 2 is included because that's closed, because that's a closed circle. So we go like that.